In just a few days, Governor Tony Evers is going to be introducing his budget, and it will include steps toward raising the state's minimum wage to $15 per hour. Fox 11's Amber Luckett has balanced reaction in his proposal.
Wisconsin's cost of living has continued to increase over the last decade, but that hasn't been the case for the state's minimum wage.
I think that minimum wage should be lifted because expenses are ridiculous nowadays, so nobody can live off of $7.25 an hour. It's not possible.
Although minimum wage has not been increased since 2009, a lot of companies are starting their workers at a higher wage to stay competitive. Jim Golenbeski is the executive director of the Bay Area Workforce Development Board and says it's pretty uncommon for an employer to pay someone minimum wage.
If they can't be competitive with wages in this workforce where we have a shortage of individuals, then they go out of business.
And because of that, many Republican lawmakers say they don't believe an increase is necessary.
When you go around and talk to small business owners, restaurateurs, bar owners, and small business owners throughout the state, they have serious concerns about increasing the minimum wage to that level. I think it'll lead to more automation, less jobs overall, and I think it will do some damage to the economy.
But during an interview on Tuesday, Governor Tony Evers says he believes the minimum wage could be increased to $15 an hour without impacting businesses.
There's a lot of discussion around, what's the base wage that would support, say, an individual or a family. And frankly, $15 an hour doesn't cut it either, but it certainly recognizes that it costs to live in 2019.
Governor Evers also says he recognizes that phasing in a new minimum wage would be a slow process, but he believes it's the right thing to do. Reporting in Brown County, Amber Luckett, Fox 11 News.
In Illinois, workers will be getting a raise next year. The governor there, J.B. Pritzker, signed a bill into law increasing the minimum wage on Tuesday. There will be 2 increases next year. The first minimum wage increase will be by $1 to $9.25 an hour in January 1st. Then in July, it'll jump to $10. From there, it will increase $1 an hour each year until it reaches $15 an hour in 2025.
We're taking a look at the facts on the minimum wage. According to the Pew Research Center, the federal minimum wage is $7.25 an hour, as you heard. It has been that way since 2009. Officials say when adjusted for inflation, the federal minimum wage peaked decades ago. Researchers say the peak was back in 1968. That's when, in 2016 dollars, it was the equivalent of $8.68 an hour. In 2015, 55% of the 2.6 million workers who made the federal minimum wage were aged 25 or older. 29 states on this map highlighted behind me, along with the District of Columbia, show that they have set their own minimum wage, and it is higher than the federal standard. The restaurant and food service industry is the largest employer of those considered to be near minimum wage. That's defined as employees 18 and older who are paid hourly. They make more than minimum wage, but less than $10.10 an hour. And according to the study, the most common occupants of near minimum wage workers include cashiers, retail sales, cooks, food servers, and building cleaners.